for him. Much more space to operate with an outside game. This kid can do it all. Oh, Canada, you better stand on guard for he.
Oh, I like that.
How come nobody's ever described as a noisy assassin?
Promo squared away? Charlie.
Yep, I got him right here.
You know, I want new hashtags. I am not feeling those. Anything else?
Oh, rookie.
DJ! A word.
What's going on?
You excited for the game?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Great, so I have a semi-weird question for you. How many cell phones do you have?
Hannah, don't you think that's a little personal?
No, you're representing the team
Yeah, but
now.
where do you
Look,
draw the
there are
line?
going to be people on the road that don't have your best.
Okay, I get
Shammy,
that.
how many burners you got?
Oh, this the talk? They grow up so fast, don't they? Well, let's see. I got 3. There's team and business, friends and family, and the back.
Listen, I want to cut off Bruce Wayne right here, but do you really think it's wise for me to follow in the footsteps of somebody who's had more social media mishaps than playoff appearances?
No, not since he's been here, because we're proactive. Okay, look, everybody waits for stuff to happen, but a bunch of 20-something millionaires on the road, it does. And then you try to put that fire out with the line he was hacked. Look.
Oh, it's the worst line in the business. Everybody tries to sell it. Nobody buys it.
Yeah, we don't, okay? Stakes are higher here.
And, well, look, if I lose my phone, I'll borrow my man Shan's. You know what I'm saying? His bat phone. What?
No way. Keep drinking.
Come on, let me see the bat.
No.
Can I hold it?
No.
Can I just scroll through the
No.
Looky here, isn't it the new prom king in town?
Carl Anthony Towns. What's up, man? I heard about you.
Man, I heard about you too.
Yeah, man. You got any advice for a youngin' in the league?
Just don't go in the paint. I'll be there.
Oh, you'll be there?
Don't worry about it.
All right, well, I'm coming for you, bro.
You coming? All right.
Yeah, I'm coming for you.
Bet.
Bet.
Make sure you recognize.
I'm gonna meet you down there, bruh.
I'll see you there.
Greetings, everyone. 2K Sports brings you the NBA. With Brett Barry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. We've got the Minnesota Timberwolves. Group substitution here for New Orleans. Solomon Hill, he's checked in for Cousins. Ejuan Moore comes in for Darius Miller. Wells, he's checked in for Allen. And the doctor subbed in for Drew Holiday. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Gorgie Dang's checked in for Karl Anthony Towns. Bielitsa comes in for Taj Gibson. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Butler. And Ty Lawson subbed in for Jeff T. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, Wiggins is out there with Bielitsa. And it's Crawford. Then it's Gorgie Dang. And it's Lawson in at the point guard position. The doctor passes to Hill. Well, we don't have a chalkboard here to draw it up, but if you could explain it, what's your favorite inbounds play when you really need a bucket?
All right, Kevin, so the guy goes to the right, he comes off the down pick, and then on the backside you run the hammer and you dribble to the right side, you throw along the baseline, but you're looking for the 4-man on the slip, and also the 5-man's popping back for the jump shot. Got it?
I got it. I like the run the hammer. Run the hammer. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Jones is checked in. Pass to Bielitsa. Shoots a 3. It It's rebounded by New Orleans. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
The thing I took away from that game was just how dominant they were on the backboard.
Yeah, their rebounding edge was massive. It's a testament to how hard they worked in that game, in and around the rim. Just outstanding effort.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
It's good on the putback. Zhang's got his first points of the night.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they? Hill passes to the doctor. Just 5 to shoot. And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
Well, back before this run in the NBA, DJ was considered a standout prospect in the game. I mean, took some time off to focus on music, but has now rekindled that love for the game and is making the most of his abilities.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. And the Pelicans making a change here. Clark's checked in.
One shot.
Free throw off from the doctor.
And the Timberwolves, a team that is evolving how you imagine they would with Tibbs running things here. Deliberate approach on both ends of the floor and really looking to dominate the rebounding margins.
Wells with it. Looking for his first basket still in this one. No good off the front iron. There's 31 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Crawford kicks to Zhang. Now the feed to Jones. Lawson has the open look. Offline with his three. Pelicans leading by 7. To the inside. Picked off in midair. Outside, Jones. With 1 on the clock. And Crawford with the basket on the assist by Jones.
I like how focused Jamal is out there. Nothing bothering him, rising up to shoot and scoring again.
And we've reached the end of the first quarter. Pelicans lead by 5. From New Orleans, back in a moment. And a guy who seems to improve every season, Jimmy Butler. He spoke with us about one of his biggest surprises.
It's crazy because I never thought that anybody...
And hard to doubt the dedication of Jimmy Butler. He's found a way to overcome obstacles at each important point along the way.
You know, he's a self-made player, and if Butler can stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from New Orleans?
A huge fan of how they have rotated here defensively, been able to challenge multiple shots.
And if you're rotating like that, it's got to be a great line of communication between all 5 guys. You see that reflected on the scores, all that trust showing up with the lead.
And now brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So for New Orleans right now, we've got Wells, DeMarcus Cousins out there with Solomon Hill. Then there's Ian Clark, and it's the doctor in at the 1. Lawson dishes to Zhang. Jones with the screen on Cousins. Lawson outside. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Lawson's got his first 2 points of the night.
Some guys just take pride in how they set screens. It might seem like a small part of the game, but as you saw there, it can have a huge impact in getting a shooter an open look at the basket.
Now here's Wells. T right on him. Can't hit that one. So Minnesota will take it the other way. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
Yeah, and in a hostile environment, they did not rise to the occasion, especially on the defensive side.
Yeah, it felt like they were teenagers during the summer. Low levels of activity, allowed too many good looks. Just not their night.
New Orleans in the lead. Dishes it to Hill. To the middle. The doctor passes to Hill. No good from the doctor. For Minnesota, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Jones with it. Now guarded by Wells. Jones kicks to Zhang. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. Clark the pass to the doctor. Here's Wells. Nailed from three-point land. Wells has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
And from what I've seen and heard, Shammy Wells has gone out of his way to take DJ under his wing in the NBA. Not sure if that's the guy you want as a veteran leader, but he and DJ seem to be on the same page.
Jamal Crawford, a guy who has won multiple Sixth Man of the Year awards, and a guy that comes off the bench and provides you with some instant offense, ready to shoot and certainly ready to shake a defender with those incredible handles.
The Timberwolves shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4. And he knocks down the first one. And for Crawford, it's a luxury to bring him off the bench.
Well, Jamal Crawford is not a high percentage shooter, but with that volume shooting, you know he has the opportunity to impact the game, coming in and scoring and getting buckets. There are a lot of people who really enjoy watching Jamal Crawford come in, putting the ball on a string and making scoring sometimes look easy. You can blame some poor defense on that play, just a total breakdown. You got to at least contest at some point.
Down low and stolen by Zhang. Here's Lawson. Finished off the break. Lawson's got 4 points this quarter.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. One thing that DeMarcus Cousins doesn't get enough credit for, Brent, as a big man, is his ability to pass.
Well, for his career, Kevin, averaging 3 assists per game, but has had a couple of seasons where he's almost pushed that up to 5 per game. So coaches look at that ability and try to put him in those sort of situations where they can take advantage of it.
Karl Anthony Towns checked in for Minnesota. Butler comes in for Ty Lawson. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Karl Anthony Towns was voted by GMs last season as the player they most want to build a franchise around. He is not resting on his laurels. He said, "I work hard on my game. I want to be the strongest player, the most intelligent player, and the most skilled player on the court at all times." Kevin?
Thanks, David. That work ethic will definitely help Towns get better. He's already a dynamite player. Towns with the steal. Outside Butler. Pass to Towns. Outside Jones. Another miss by Minnesota. For New Orleans, they've gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. Now the pass to Hill. Wells in the corner. Mark down low that time, and he got the 3-second call. Some changes for New Orleans. Miller comes in. The Timberwolves trail. Lawson kicks to Towns. That is in there. Lawson with the assist. 10 points for Karl Anthony Towns.
The mindset right now is pretty strong. Superb at staying aggressive, and right now stringing some plays together.
Here's the doctor. Lawson defending. Here's the doctor. And he overshot that one, missing. One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
20 feet out. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Cousins has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
And that's what you want in transition, a high percentage opportunity.
The story is true, and here the defense does a very poor job of matching up.
For New Orleans, they have made 2 of their previous 3 free throws in today's game.
And a season ago, they hit about 75% of their free throws.
Zhang, he's checked in for Taj Gibson.
Yeah, and last season, DeMarcus Cousins moving on in that blockbuster trade. Really impossible to get equal value for a star like Cousins, but he was pleased, I think, to put all the rumors of being traded to bed.
Towns kicks to Lawson. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. Cans it from downtown. Wiggins has got the game tied up here for Minnesota. New Orleans gotten half their shots from three-point range to go down in the second quarter. 3 of 6 from downtown. And with Cousins, he found out that he was being traded to the Pelicans while at the All-Star game in New Orleans.
And it's never easy fitting in with another star like the Brow, but Cousins is just so skilled that you knew they would find a balance. And at the end of the day, Cousins seems to be happy with a team who is committed to him.
There's the dish to Wiggins. Zhang, a screen. 6 on the shot clock. Wiggins kicks to Towns. Over at Jinsa, and Towns the bucket on the assist by Wiggins. Towns has got the lead up to 2 now for the Timberwolves. Here's the doctor. Lawson defending. Moore outside. It's been all about Karl Anthony Towns for the Minnesota.
Yep.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime. The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. Group substitution here for New Orleans. Omer Asher, he's checked in for Alexis Ajinça. Etuan Moore comes in for Darius Miller. Wells, he's checked in for Allen. And the doctor subbed in for Drew Holiday. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Zhang, he's checked in for Gibson. Crawford comes in for Wiggins. Jones checked in for Buck. And it's Lawson in for T. So on the floor for Minnesota. Down low, it's Zhang and Towns. Lawson out there with Jones. And it's Crawford at the small forward.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Well, this team now has to settle in right here and have a great possession without getting so aggressive that you compound your mistake.
No good from the doctor.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
In the corner, it's Crawford. Hits it from three-point range. Crawford's got 8 points.
Tough to tell what exactly happened to the D out there, but they simply don't look like they're engaged or even trying to stop their opponent.
Here's the doctor. 5 points in the game. Feeds it to Moore. To the paint. Here's the doctor. And he banks in the layup. He's got 7.
Just a great attack mentality. Got right through the defense to finish strong inside.
Lawson dishes to Towns. Passes it to Crawford. Cousins against Towns. Back to Crawford. From deep. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. And 11 points for Crawford.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Up their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triple.
Wells kicks to Ajinça. New Orleans moving it around. Pass to Cousins, and stolen by Zhang. Crawford outside. He dishes it to Towns. Outside, Jones. Zhang, a screen. And he makes the bucket, drew contact, and gets the whistle, too.
And offensively, they seem to have turned a corner.
When a powerful athlete, Brent, like LeBron James, steamrolls his way to the rim, It's so difficult and so much stress on that defense. But who are some of the smaller slashers in the league that can have just as big an effect?
A couple of guys I think about, Kevin, is Otto Porter in Washington, Thad Young in Indiana, and Trevor Ariza in Houston. Although he likes to shoot threes, still a good slasher. Most of these guys, Kevin, play with guys who have the ball a ton. Wall and Beal in Washington, Teague and Paul George. So to be a creative scorer, if you're not shooting threes, you've got to find angles and opportunities as a slasher to put points on the board. Those guys do a pretty good job of that.
And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time. Andrew Wiggins, he's checked in for Jones. 1:52 left in the third quarter of the game. To the paint and stolen by Jang. And here we go with Lawson running it right up the court. An easy 2 points on the layup. Lawson's got 6.
Defense leading to offense. Another turnover and another basket.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. This their first chance to take a look at the Timberwolves this season.
And they swept the season series against them last year. They really did have the upper hand.
1:41 left in the third quarter. Ballman here now for an injury report.
And the news is pretty good. It does not look like a severe injury. A really discouraging development for this team at such an early point in the season. We'll see how they respond, Kevin.
Appreciate that, DA. Well, it's never easy for a player to go through what he's experiencing, Greg, right now.
But it is something that happens to almost every player. He's strong enough mentally to get through it. This we know.
And sometimes off the court, you work harder than you do preparing for a regular game. He'll get himself ready to go. Look forward to when he gets back on the court.
Pelicans trail by 16. From deep, Moore. Good on the triple. 10 points for him.
Moore is a quality three-point shooter, so you got to D him up, especially when he's behind the arc.
Lawson up top. He's got 6. And it's Wiggins missing.
But still, eventually you got to feel like he'll start knocking those down again.
And Cousins kicks to Moore. Puts up a 3. Ty Lawson pulls it in. Timberwolves leading by 13. At the elbow, it's Wiggins. Again, Wiggins missing.
And I know we want to assume these shots are going in. The defense definitely blew an assignment there, but still got lucky.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Here's Crawford. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. Towns has got 4 assists in the game.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Poor decision making there. No idea what he's going for with that kind of pass in that situation.
Drew Holiday, he's checked in for